welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you how I put a micro Swiss and a stealth printer on my Printer Box Plus. I'm going to go backwards today on exactly how I built this and deconstruct it in every part and show you exactly how we do this. First thing we got to do is just remove the stealth printer head from the printer. There you go. With that part off, now we can take a look. This is the micro Swiss all metal hot end and back plate. It's from an Ender 5, and I just chopped it to fit. We're going to go ahead and remove this little plate here for the stealth printer. Two things I want you to look at here. Bottom left hand corner, there's a screw that goes into your micro Swiss plate right there. The other one is the bolt. It'll go all the way through and attach to your printer. In order to get this bolt to set in there a little bit, touch the top with your soldering iron until it goes into place. With all this stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and look at the parts that we had to modify to get here. So here's the after. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the before and see what we started with. You'll notice the hot end connections are the exact same as you'd find on an Ender 3 or any newer model printer. You got two wires in there for a sensor for the heat. You also have two wires for the heating plate right there. Let's take a look at the bolts that are going on right here. These are exactly where we need to cut back to. Everything locks it in on that plate right there. This is all that was left after I got done chopping everything off the front of it. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. This is our Ender 5 plate on the left hand side that's unmodified, and on the right is the one that I modified. I want to point out the bolt holes that connect to the back plate on the printer bot. That way we can get everything connected. You're going to have to drill a hole in this one right here where there is no hole in the plate. This printer has a separate section for our belts, so we won't need these plates on the side, so you can go ahead and cut them off and remove them. These two holes here are where our stealth printer plate connects in. The one on the upper part is going to have to be widened out. Here's the stealth printer plate. I go ahead and set it back over the top of this micro Swiss plate, and you can see where the bolts line up. Remember that upper one has to be drilled out a bit so that it'll fit in there. We also do not need this bottom hole here, so you can just cut the whole thing off. Alright, here comes the really fun part. It's going to take a while with the grinder. This plate here, we don't need any of it. We're just going to grind it off flat. We don't need any part of it. We need the back to be completely flat. So as you can see on this other one, it's completely flat. With all of this complete, we're ready to move on to our stepper motors. Here's how the original looked, and here's how it looks on our new setup. Couple wires that I did not show here were the hot end and the sensor. Those are pretty self-explanatory. You cut them off and you rehook them to the ones that are originally on the printer. We need to find the wires for the stepper motor that goes to the extruder now. In here there will be a 4-pin connector. All you got to do is pull the connector out, turn it, and then put it back in. So it's opposite of what it was. At this point you can pull the pins and reset them, or you can just turn it around. It'll clip in there either way and it'll stay locked in. With all that done, it's time to move on to the bed leveling. You're going to take these 4 screws here that I point out, and those are going to level your bed. Because of the way this bed levels, you could put any print head you want on this thing and it'll adapt just fine. Let's go ahead and turn this thing around. I'll show you the most important part of bed leveling in this is this little set screw right here. Set it to the sensor, and now all you have to do is adjust this up and down to set the print head. Now it's time to see all your hard work pay off. Go ahead and let it print for a little bit, see how it turns out. You can see we were a little light in the beginning on our filament. Just took a little time to run it into the hot end there and get it to go. The speed in which this prints at is close to about an Ender 3. So let's let this print for a few more minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and check the quality of the print and see how we did. In case you're wondering, we're just running an old school PEI sheet on this, and looks like the quality came out really good. We could see where the extruder took its time to get everything flowing out properly, but it turned out good. I do like how clean the inside ring came out though. Doesn't have a lot of problems going around it. It looks really smooth. It makes a really good functional part. Worked out great. This printer is just based on a computer power source here. There's only 2 wires that connect in. You know, the one thing I really enjoy about this printer is it gives you so much opportunity for expansion. LED lights, anything you want to do. Because it's a computer power source, you can hook anything that you wanted to, just like you would in your computer, up to this device and it'll work out just fine. Here are the only two connections you really need. And here are all the rest that you get to play with in all your fun days of adding stuff to this printer. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.